Welcome. Today we are going to discuss about the Indo-Russia relationship, not only about the strategic but the trade. 2030 is the year where the India and Russia is looking to have the greatest figures of the trade. Recently, Russian president visited India and had several meetings with the Indian leadership. On the same subject, we are looking to discuss on the various hurdles where we have to work on to improve the trades and other relationship part. We have a very special guest in our studio, Mr. Ivan Fetisov, who is the Consul General of Russia in India. So welcome in APG Global and Shaka Media Group. Recently, you have appointed in India in 2024. And how do you see the India when you visited the several cities in India and specifically Mumbai? What is your perception? What is your first impression about the India?
Probably two things impressed me most about India. The first thing is its diversity. This year I visited Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and each state is unique in its own way in terms of traditions, landscapes, in terms of cuisine, from Vadapav to Goan curry. The second thing is how different the reality of India is. From what the Western media tries to portray, it is very similar to be the stereotypes about Russia. In fact, your country turned out to be a state with unique culture and one that is developing extremely rapidly.
So, which places you have visited yet, and what is the best? Do you feel that the great impression made on you, the city or any center?
Above all, I would mention Mumbai with its cultural heritage and all the progress that the city demonstrates. Besides, I really like Lonavala here in Maharashtra, Old Goa, and Sanchi Stupa in Madhya Pradesh. Of course, due to the diversity of places in India, it is very difficult to compare them.
So at the same time, recently Russian President Vladimir Putin visited to India and had several meetings with the top leadership in India, Prime Minister, even the President of India. So what are the results do you looking from such kind of a visit?
I would start with noting the reception extended to our President. His Excellency Narendra Modi personally arrived at the airport to welcome his good friend. Moreover, I would like to point out the high level of Russian representation. One third of the entire Russian government was there with His Excellency Mr. Putin. As for negotiations themselves, we discussed a wide range of issues. Russia confirmed support for India's permanent seat on the UN Security Council and expressed its full backing for India's presidency of BRICS next year. We also touched on matters of economic cooperation, including the expansion of India export to Russia and future collaboration in high-tech areas such as space, nuclear energy, military technology, and etc.
This is really promising, and when we are talking about such kind of a treaties and visits, even if we go in the history, India and Russia relationship is very stable. In even the volatile time in the world, the geopolitical and economical scenario are constantly changing. But the both countries are having a very good relationship, very positive relationship. What are the reason? Why you feel that the bonds are so strong?
I will quote the ancient Indian philosopher Chanakya. Relatives are known in misfortune, friends in times of trouble, and wives in the loss of wealth. This phrase is the epitome of the long-standing friendship between our countries. Russia-Indian relations are not based on short-term gains, but have been tested by time and challenges. Both Russia and India are countries whose policy is about achieving national interests, not satisfying third countries, and our cooperation fully meets the interests of our peoples. And of course, disagreements happen, but we are ready to resolve them through dialogue, not blackmail.
Yes, this is really a very positive thing that both the countries are having a really good relationship and constant in talks with the top leadership. So, when we are talking about all this, at the same time, sir, I would like to ask you, India is the biggest importer of the oil from the Russia, and Western world is constantly pressurizing India for not having the oil trade with Russia. So, what is your opinion about this?
As I have already said, India's priority is the interest of its citizens. And definitely broad oil cooperation with Russia is extremely beneficial for Indians. Furthermore, India is now the world's third largest economy, and blackmail is not the best way to interact with it. And do not forget that Western countries also buy our resources. Let me quote our president. If the US has the right to buy our fuel, why India can't do that?
When we are talking about the oil trade, when we are talking about the industrial development and the trade development, how the Maharashtra can contribute, and as a Consul General, how do you see India and in a political, geopolitical scenario, India and Maharashtra can contribute in such trade policies or the improvement of the trade?
It's clear that India is a new center of power right now, and Russia fully supports the idea of creating a multipolar world order that would, among other things, reflect Indian political and economic rise. As for Maharashtra, this state is becoming not only a regional but also a global driver of financial growth.
Trade is a very important thing between any geopolitical relationship, and in this scenario, when the world is very volatile, there are a lot of changes in the world order. At the same time, when India and Russia is having that great relationship and having a vision for 2030 to have $100 billion business between the both countries, what are the hurdles do you feel that needs to be taken care and addressed?
Trade turnover between our countries has grown approximately sevenfold over the past 5 years.
Yeah.
This is a tremendous increase. Today, Russia is the world's second largest export to India. And what is more important, we are working together in crucial and high-tech areas. These include shipbuilding, nuclear energy, aircraft manufacturing, and missile engineering. In this context, let's not forget about the BrahMos missile, which have already proven their effectiveness.
So when we are talking about
and of course, the issue of the trade imbalance remains, I believe, that solving this problem is the key to reach $100 billion.
yeah, definitely.
Trade.
And as I asked you before, what kind of policy decisions do you feel needs to be taken from the India side to improve the trade between the both countries?
It is necessary to establish direct links between our businesses. The steps are being taken during the President's visit to India. A Russian-India Business Forum was organized in Delhi. In November, we held a successful event in Mumbai together with AP Globale. There are many India's goods and services that Russia is interested in. These are consumer goods, food products, medicine, telecommunication equipment, industrial supplies, labor resource, and so on. The opportunities are there, so let's use them.
So when we are talking about the direct connections between the industries and the business houses, we have the forums, several forums, even the Russia side, even the Indian side, even AP Global is planning having the various forums where we are taking the people on the board and trying to connect all these peoples together. What kind of support do you feel that such kind of forums will help to improve the trade?
We have a large number of Russian organizations here in Mumbai. Their main goal is to help Indian businesses enter our market.
Yeah.
When it comes to trade, there is the trade representation, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Russian Expo Center. All of them have offices in Mumbai. When it comes to logistics, there is a Russian company named Fetisov. In addition, I must mention Sber, a Russian leading bank that creates the financial infrastructure for our cooperation. You can feel free to contact them directly. They are always open.
So at the same time, when we are talking about these forums and all the major concern areas, which are the areas do you feel that the underestimated and needs to be closer attention to improve?
One of them is tourism.
Okay.
Western media show Russia is as a cold, backward country, but anyone who has been to Russia knows that this is fake. Indian business people often come to us for visas. I try to contact them right after their trips to Russia. They are all extremely satisfied. What's more, they return to Russia with their families. But unfortunately, the number of Indian tourists is still small. At the same time, we see significant growth in tourists from Saudi Arabia and the Emirates. I believe that opening Russia to India tourists is an excellent opportunity for Russian and Indian business. The Consul General provides all possible assistance in this regard.
Definitely, tourism is a very major area where both countries can contribute for each other. So when we are talking about the tourism, even the migrant is the major issue. And recently, there are a lot of talks about the migrants and their issues. The most of the agencies, the recruiting agencies, are based out of Mumbai only. So what is your clarification on this issue, sir?
Indeed, Russia is interested in increasing the number of Indian workers. India is already the second largest source country for visa workers, with a quota increasing every year. At the same time, it is very important for Indians to adopt to local culture and traditions. It is necessary to jointly develop an effective model for establishing migration flow that would be beneficial to both countries, and we are ready to work together.
Definitely, sir. Today, maybe with the world considered today, India as a labor providing country, but the talent is there, a lot of talent is there, and even India can provide the talent to the world. And in this scenario, definitely this kind of the gesture is very important. So at the same time, considering Maharashtra diaspora, to improve the business to business relationship between the Russia and India, what do you feel that where we can contribute?
After living in Mumbai for a year, I'm convinced that the locals are extremely focused on practical results. As we have already mentioned, significant opportunities exist today. The question is who will take advantage of them. Given the qualities for your people, I'm sure that they could become the driving force behind the further development of bilateral economic ties.
So, when we are talking about the potential of the various sectors, tourism, even the tech sector, even the new technology, AI, and everywhere we can contribute to both the countries, each other. Media is also very important in this sector, and the perception politics is the very important in the world geopolitical scenario right now. So, how Indian media can contribute to Russian media, how they can navigate in business to business relationship with the Russian media. What is your suggestion?
As the saying goes, the media is the fourth estate.
Yeah.
It is the media that shapes public opinion. One of the problems in our relations, whether it be trade imbalance or limited tourist flow, is the result lack of information. Therefore, Sekal, as a leading media in Maharashtra, could become a bridge between Russia and India. Today, after the broadcast, an Indian businessman will contact our trade mission. Some will soften line what Russia looked like in reality in internet. All these will be thanks to you.
So basically, thanks for these words. But at the same time, when we are talking about the Saka Media, our parent company AP Global is also working on a various sectors and trying to improve the connections between the countries to countries, even the industry to industry, B2B businesses basically. And we are having a different forums and platforms to bring the people together. So how do you see this initiative and how we can leverage this kind of forums basically in a coming future?
I would mention two of them at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum and the Eastern Economic Forum. The first one is Russians' main such events about investments and partnerships across the whole country, while the second one is focused especially on the Russian Far East.
So thanks for the time, and basically it is a clear-cut indication that Russia and India, Indo-Russia relationship can be a future power in the world, and both the leaders from the countries are coming together constantly, having dialogues on various issues, and strategic support is very important in this relationship. At the same time, the cultural, tourism, and the media relationships all are improving now, and definitely it will help to improve the trade between the both countries and achieve the goal which we are having for 2030 vision. So thanks a lot for giving a time to Saka Media Group and AP Global.
Thank you.
Thank you. What would be? Okay, I will just take it back. Yeah, sorry. Okay, ready? So thank you for giving a time. At the same time, what is your suggestion to our viewer to visit to Russia or to have a trade with Russia?
Again, the backdrop of many years of friendship between our countries, there are significant opportunities for our people in business, culture, education, and I urge everyone to make use of the existing potential, and the Consul General is ready to help you with this. That is why we are here, and that is what we will achieve.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.